Oh, that was quick. Hello, Mosquito. Welcome to the show.
Oh, hey guys, how you doing? I'm the mosquito.
Doing well. Oh, I love the accent.
Oh, good, because some
Age,
people
state,
don't like it.
love it. Age, state, who you voted for?
Yeah, I am 42 years old, 42. I'm from the greatest state of Wisconsin in the swamps, and I voted for the Trump guy 5 times.
This is a fake. This is fake. Now I know it's fake. You've
What's
talked long
fake?
enough where I know that this is fake.
What is fake about what I said?
I
Oh
don't know
no,
something.
the stats are probably real, but the voice. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
from Illinois,
yeah, well,
so I'm
it's
like, I don't know.
right. Well, we just got out of the woods for the deer hunting, and we talk like this. If you want me to talk more normal, I
We're
can.
the deer hunting.
I can talk like this, or I can talk normal. It's up to you. You're the host.
What's normal?
This is
What
normal.
is okay? Then why'd
But
you say that?
But we talk like this in the woods, and I just got out of the woods, as the Illinois
In the
say, the
woods.
woods, because the
Have you
bears.
seen
Oh,
The Wood? Have you seen the movie The Wood?
No, I don't think I have.
he definitely has not seen the wood. He's not seen the wood.
Is it a horror
Definitely not.
movie or is it something?
It's not. You
No,
might think it's a horror movie, but
Yeah,
it's
it's about
not.
blacks.
it's about. Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, it might be a horror movie for you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't. I
All
live by
right.
the north side
So
of Milwaukee. I live by a very large black population.
Oh,
wonderful. I appreciate the attempt. I do find the Fargo accent to be extremely endearing, but
Yeah,
you're
some
hitting a
people
little
call it
hard.
Canadian, like it's a Canadian.
It started off great, and then you slid into SNL territory, and I'm just like, okay, just talk normal then.
That's
If
fine.
it's not gonna be real. Don't fake it for me. It's things that I've said. So, what do you think about the prompt, Mosquito?
WTF is y'all problem? I don't know
That's
what
right.
I don't know what my problem is. Um, you can maybe diagnose me, but I don't think I have too many problems politically. 77
You
million
don't think
people.
that
Well,
MAGA men have an issue?
MAGA men have an issue. No, we need more MAGA. I mean, I'm Team Republican first of all, but if you want to say MAGA, fine. We need more MAGA men, and that's what Charlie Kirk was really doing a good job, and what other
oh
organizations
my
are doing a
God,
great
your
job at.
voice!
Boo.
I have to go on mute, Craig.
I know.
Uh,
Okay, so tell me why we need more MAGA men. What will that provide for society?
well, it
And then I have a
depends on
few
how you
questions for
define
you.
MAGA men. I think some of the push is
Well,
more
you no,
Christian
sir, no,
men.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
Pause. You made a statement. You said we need more Republican men.
Yes.
I'm asking you why. What will that provide for society? Please answer that question.
Overall, a better country. I mean, Democrats are completely crazy and out of control right now. So more Republicans, the better.
Again, I want you to tell me what are Republican or MAGA men providing to society?
Sure, they're providing a secure overall society. They're providing secure communities as well locally. They're providing a better economic stance by more responsible spending. So we're not driving inflation rates up to 9%, thanks Democrats, and devaluing the currency 25 overall percent to going on 30 now, thanks Democrats. Let's see. We provide more independence, at least far from a smaller government, as much as possible. A smaller, more efficiently run government, meaning that individuals don't have to buy a license or regulation for absolutely every little minute thing and pay all of their money to the government.
Okay. So I mean, I understand why you went to policy. I was thinking more individual and like value set, but
Sure.
I'll have the
Well, that's where I was
conversation that
first going, and then you cut me off. So
right.
generally,
And I cut you off to clarify, and then you didn't answer the question
sure.
again.
Well,
So
because I
I'm going to
thought you wanted a different
meet
direction.
you. I'm going to meet you with where you're at since you
Good.
decided to talk policy. You said that that Republican men are better at spending, so we have a better economy. Are you aware that the economy does better under Democrats than it does under Republicans?
Yeah, I mean, I know of the talking point, but there's so many details that go involved in there, including administration switches and also who's holding the House at the time. So, I mean, these are just like pointing at things that, like, you could say, oh, if Biden's economy was so great, oh, it was Trump's problem or Trump's reasoning because he was the guy before. So, I don't believe in the talking point.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but the reason that people say that the economy does better under Democrats isn't necessarily just who's holding power. It's because of the policies that are enacted by the two parties, right?
Well, that's opinion-based opinion then.
To speak generally, and then we'll get into specifics because I know Aaron does love this conversation, but to speak generally, the way that Republicans tend to enact policy when they hold power is to cut taxes and increase spending, right? Which ultimately is bad for the economy, right? Our
Why?
deficits increase.
No, that's
I'm
because
sorry?
that's because spending isn't adjusted by Democrats.
I'm sorry?
So if spending isn't adjusted, so cutting taxes does not mean anything for the economy whatsoever. It actually increases the economic value of the country. So how does cutting taxes cause a deficit? The only reason is because spending isn't adjusted with the tax decrease, with the income decrease.
Right,
It's
but the spending goes up because of Republicans. That's what they do. They cut
no,
taxes for the wealthy, and then they spend out the ass, usually on wars.
not in
In
this,
the past,
not with Trump.
no, Trump has just slashed
Yeah, but
the taxes for the court. I'm sorry.
they have
let me
not
finish
massively
talking. Let
spent
me
like
finish
Democrats
talking.
have.
Let me finish talking. Trump slashes taxes for the corporate for corporate owners,
Hmm.
and then he has just taken a sledgehammer to what you guys call the entitlement programs, right? So basically, what the society that we have right now is going to be regular working Americans and poor people paying to keep the country afloat, while receiving no benefits for being a part of that society, receiving no benefits for the taxes that they are paying, so that rich people can make more and more money, right? And the benefit of that is not going to trickle down to them. So their prices are going to go up, their housing prices are going to go up, the cost of living is going to go up. And meanwhile, billionaires and corporate class are just going to be making money hand over fist, and they're not going to use that money to create more jobs. They're not going to use that money to increase wages. So the economy will shrink, and the standard of living of your average American is going to get much worse. So what's funny is
No.
that you're saying like, okay, well, this administration is better. This administration is the like to the all the way up to 11 nightmare scenario for average working Americans.
Well, you clearly don't understand economics very well, and your argument is basically more welfare, the better the economy does. So let's just, I don't know, take all the money from everybody
Well, I'm
and give
going
it
to
welfare.
respond to that, Aaron, and then I'll pass
Well,
it to
hold
you.
on. I mean, you talked for quite
Okay.
a while, and then
It's
you
my
said,
show.
sure, but
Yeah, so yeah.
but if you want guests, you should let them talk, especially educated
I
ones, as
I thought you
myself.
were done. I thought you were done.
That's fine.
If
Okay.
you haven't landed your plane, then you can land it.
Yeah, you clearly don't want me to talk.
I do.
so-
I'm listening.
Right. So, I mean, your basic argument is you want to take all the money from the rich people and give it to the poor people, and somehow that's going to make a better economy, right?
Yes, that is my argument. Yes.
Okay, there's no economic data or statistics or anything that says that's ever been the case anywhere in the world.
That's not true.
Well,
That's not
first
true.
of all, that's not true. That's what we did for the New
Not
Deal,
true.
and it's created the middle class. And the other thing is if it didn't work, if cutting taxes and putting money back into a sector didn't work, then why are rich people doing it? And why is it working so well for them?
What are rich people doing?
Rich people are taking tax cuts, and then they're getting subsidized for their failures.
How are they getting
And it
subsidized?
works, and it's working extremely well for them.
How are they getting subsidized?
So why can't we do that for poor people and then just make rich people pay a higher tax rate?
Well, rich
and
people
not
pay
subsidize.
all of the tax. First of all, rich people
No,
pay
rich
for
people.
everything.
No, rich people pay more money because they have more money,
Sure.
but they don't pay. But they don't pay their fair share.
I don't know what a fair share is. What is that?
They pay an effective tax rate of about
Which is what?
9% after all the.
What's the rate?
I'm speaking. Do you not hear me?
Mhm.
I just answered the question, but your lips were moving.
You didn't say a percentage.
The top. I did. I said 9%. I said an effective tax rate of 9% after all the loopholes. And
No,
all the
what
tax
is a
cuts.
fair share was my original
Meanwhile-
question when you interrupted me.
Can you stop? It's giving premature ejaculation vibes. Like you want to have a conversation, but whenever
I
someone
wanna
tries
keep you on
to
topic.
teach you something,
I need to keep you on topic.
no, you don't.
It's imperative.
I'm meeting you at your point, but you won't stop talking. That do rich people pay more dollar amounts? Yes. But when it comes to percentage wise, they pay an effective tax rate of 9% after all the loopholes and all the tax cuts that are given to them. Meanwhile, middle and lower class Americans pay 20, 30% of their checks without those same loopholes. So even though middle and lower class Americans are paying quote less money, it's more harmful to them because they don't have extra money to supplement. So that is why it is harmful. That is what Cred is trying to get you to understand.
Oh, I'm not going to understand it because it's not the truth. But here was my question: what is a fair?
No, one second.
Show me
what
where
is the
that's
fair
not
share?
One second, Aaron. 1 second, Mosquito. That's all fair, and I will let you go back to Aaron. But I do want you to answer the question that I asked you, right? Which is, if these policies did not work, then why are they working so well for the rich?
I need to know what the fair share means. What is a fair share to you?
A fair share would mean that when rich people are done paying their taxes, they feel it, and they don't have as much play money to fuck around with the economy or to try and influence our politicians.
So you want like 90%
Yeah, I would love that.
You're in the most radical minority ever. I mean, you're never going to get.
We did it before.
This is insane.
Yeah, it's how we got
did
the
it
New Deal.
before.
It's literally what we did for the New
Okay,
Deal. And
well, we're not coming out of a war
astoundingly
situation and
successful.
building the Hoover Dam at this point, my friend. Okay, this is a totally
No.
different. This is a totally different
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
It's the same-
Here's my answer. Here's my answer to that. There are a bunch of Hoover dams that we could be building.
And we will be a
There's
third
a
world
bunch
country
of Hoover
in,
dams that we could be building.
and we'll be a third world country in a few years.
So we were a third world
Okay.
country when we built the Hoover Dam.
We were nowhere near what we are today.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Right,
Exactly.
we have more money.
Yeah, we have more
and
money.
you're taking less.
Yeah, but you're going to
Yeah.
destroy it.
No, we're not.
Yeah, see what? So
Yeah, you will.
back then, when the tax rate was effectively 90%, the only way to not pay that 90% was to invest back into the economy.
Thank
That
you.
is how the middle class was built.
See,
The tax code now, the tax code now, there is no enforcement to invest back into the economy. It's stock buyback. It's building your own personal net worth that does not stimulate the economy. That is why we are literally having to pay our bills on credit cards because Republicans keep cutting the revenue of the country. Even though they cut some spending, they don't cut the spending where it's out of control. And so you keep getting all this debt and you have less money. That's like you trying to pay your bills. Instead of getting a job that pays your bills, you're putting everything on a credit card.
okay,
Sounds like a skill issue to me.
sounds
Why don't
like
you
you're-
just get a good job.
Nope. Haven't introduced you yet, Noah. Stay on mute until I introduce you, and then I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please stay on mute. Mosquito, respond.
So are you just expecting checks from these billionaires?
No.
Okay,
Who's
then
expecting a check?
that's what it sounds
No.
like. You just want
I would
free
like
money
you.
from
No.
other
Mosquito.
people.
I would like you to Mosquito.
Then how
I
are
would
you
like
gonna
you
how are you gonna change your
Mosquito,
credit card
Mosquito,
spending?
my mouth is moving.
Well,
So you need to be
I only
quiet.
get about a line in here, buddy.
That's right. Yes, because yes, that is true. I will let you talk when
No,
I
I
want
have
to hear
never
your
been
answer.
afforded. I mean, maybe one.
I will afford you time to speak, right? But
Wondering
you
why
are
people don't
you
vote
are
for you
you
and
are
act like this.
I'm sorry, you didn't do what I asked you, Noah. You can request back up if you can follow the rules. So Mosquito, the reason that I'm cutting you off is because you're not operating in good faith, right? We're being very simple here, okay? No
Because
one's
I'm
saying
defuting
to
your
just
talking points?
Hold on. No one's saying to take money from billionaires and then just give money to poor people, right? What I would like you to explain is how having a society that uses tax money to make sure that people are educated, can get food and health care, how that is harmful for society. Please describe that.
We pretty much have all of that already.
We clearly don't.
Yeah, absolutely. We have massive
No,
amounts
we
of welfare
clearly
health care
don't.
that is making us absolutely bankrupt already.
Sir,
we have
we clearly don't.
entitlement programs through the ass, dude.
Sir, if
They never
people
end.
If people are going hungry and
Who's
are
going hungry?
uneducated,
Who are they going hungry and uneducated? Where?
so when
Not by me.
excuse me, sir, when Biden did the child tax credit and it decreased child hunger by 50%, how is that possible if no one's going hungry?
I have no idea. You just brought something up. I'm sure it
Yeah,
was not
that's
even completely true at all true. I'm sure they conflated one number and made it into a percentage, and then guys like
okay.
you say
So
it.
all right. So now,
How do we even measure
even
that?
I mean, 50%
So-
could be 3 people going to like 6 or
I'm
5.
sorry,
and a half.
Noah. Sorry,
Like,
Noah.
seriously.
Try it again. Try again, Noah. Mosquito, I'm again operating in good faith. All right. I didn't just pull these numbers out of my ass.
You just pulled the percentage out. It's 50%. What does that mean?
You can look this up.
Sure.
It means that there means of the amount of children that were going hungry, we took out 50% of those children. We were able to rise them out of poverty, and they were able to eat.
I don't believe it. We already had school lunch
Okay,
programs
well that's
all
fine.
over my
So
state.
okay, so fine. So you don't believe it? That's fine. Okay, whatever. Again, I would like you to address the fact that
Why aren't their parents buying them food?
Sir,
they have
we
Snap?
currently
We have Snap up the ass. It makes no sense.
Sir, we currently are doing what I would like to happen for average working Americans. Right? We are doing that for billionaires.
How? You haven't answered that. I asked
and
how.
it's working and it's
How
working
are we
very
giving billionaire
well for them.
subsidies? Let's talk about that. How do you think a billionaire gets a subsidy? What does that mean?
It means that the government subsidizes a lot of the cost of early investments for these companies. It means that when a company fails, we eat the cost. They don't eat the cost, right? We have consistently. What are you talking about? The bailouts?
Okay, that
When
was
we bail out
under
these companies
Obama.
for just. Sure, I disagree with that.
Okay, but
The
that,
subsidies
sure.
that
one
every
tiny.
state, every state.
I mean, that was one.
No. That wasn't. No,
This
no,
is
no,
like
no, no,
not
no.
what you're talking about,
Every
though.
state
Why do you
gives
just
corporations giant tax cuts for bringing their companies there, right?
how
And
though?
the big beautiful bill.
It's not
the
like they're
Big
giving them
Beautiful
money. Is
Bill,
my point.
Again,
They're not handing
they
them.
are. You are
Oh
not
my gosh.
educated on this conversation.
I was one of the
because
guys.
there's several points
I might be
that we have
really
brought up to
educated on
you,
this.
and you're like, wait a minute, you just brought this out of your ass. You're just here to try to troll. But
No.
you're not doing it very
You want to
well.
hear how we do it
If
locally?
you even looked up anything that we're talking about,
Mhm.
the 50% child poverty raised under Biden, that is a fact. If you look
It's
at
a
the
bullshit
subsidies
stat.
that are given, you can actually go to usafunding.gov
Oh.
and you can look to see what companies and get how much millions of dollars every single year from the United States government. That's
Sure.
what we're
Those are
paying
grants
for.
that
The
they're
one big
cutting down
beautiful
on.
bill for billionaire for who, if you buy a private plane,
Yep.
you can now write that off 100% on your taxes.
The
All of
depreciation.
the
That was
tax
always the
cuts
case.
that were given, no, wrong. They changed it. That's what it was under the TCJA. They changed it under the one big beautiful bill. So if you
What did
buy
they
a
change it
brand
to?
new plane, you can 100% write that off. The
Well, yeah, of course.
deductions that regular Americans were using to reduce their tax liability, it was removed from middle and lower class Americans, and more of the tax cuts went to the top 1%. You can go to the Tax Foundation. You can go to
Holy
ITEP.
cow.
You can go to the Center of Budget Policies. You too can be educated on this if you actually cared and didn't want to just try to troll.
Well, no, I kind of know how it goes. So you guys want to know how we do billionaire subsidies locally, kind of what you were talking about? And then maybe I kind of know a lot about this. Do you guys want to hear? So, okay, I'll just let host. That was a yes. So have you ever heard a TIF or a TID, a tax incremental district or tax incremental financing? Okay, cool. So locally, when you were talking about bringing businesses and basically just handing them money, we don't hand them money at all. We create a TID, tax incremental district, and then we create a value for it because it needs improvement because it's either a crap hole or had some industrial waste issues or whatever it is. Basically blight. And then we invite a business in. And we're just like, wow, let's just say Costco wants to come in with a whole bunch of other people. And generally what we do then is every year we give them 70% of their property taxes back. And then we keep 30% of those property taxes inside the district. And then when you use that for either the cleanup or the tear down or whatever it is. And then after about 25-ish years, 100% of the money goes into the general fund, which is amazing because we would have never had these gigantic economic centers without them. And then we flourish locally. And we also get a problem cleaned up at the same time. It's pretty amazing. Are you against this? Because that's a subsidy.
Hold on, I'm actually reading this up on it. This is the one in Tiffin, Ohio, correct?
No, what? I'm in
The
Wisconsin.
TIF.
No, TIF is tax
TIF
incremental financing. It's just a term. It's like an accounting term. It's like a law, actually. Well, both. We have TIFs all over Wisconsin. It's a great tool. Elon Musk got one for building batteries out in Nevada. Pretty much same thing. Have you guys heard of Foxconn or Microsoft? They use these all the time in my state.
No, I don't think it's great because
Then if you hold on, then if these tax, and I'm gonna look this up, but you're in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's on the brink of a recession. So how are all
No,
these
we got
tax
we
cuts
got a
that you
major
say,
surplus.
excuse me,
Sure.
excuse me.
Well, Biden's economy
If
is
you
destroying us.
are you actually again, if you look at this, the governor of Wisconsin was actually in Washington D.C. trying to get a bailout to get money for his state
What?
because your farmers are going yes.
Tony Evers was? I should ask who my governor is.
Yes. They're trying to get a bailout because you're on the brink of recession. Because after Trump's tariffs, China canceled all the contracts, and now y'all are in the red. Y'all are literally
China opened up
on
the
brink of
contracts again.
recession. Excuse me, no,
Mhm.
no, they didn't. So again,
Yeah.
if you actually care about this, and you can go to even the Wisconsin Policy Forum.
Okay, so do you want to talk about the TIFs or not?
Financial Group.
All
You
right,
can
what
go
about
to
the TIFs?
Fortune. You can go to Newsweek. All of
What about the
these
TIFs?
Fortune. No, it's not about the TIFs. It's about bad economic policies. Because for some
Like what?
reason, Republican thinks that trickle down economics works. But you cannot give me one example.
Have you ever been hired by a poor person?
You cannot give me one example where trickle down economics has actually worked.
Have
for
you
the
ever
worker
been
and for
hired
the
by a
state.
poor person?
Okay.
Actually, yes,
This is-
because the workers because the people who are actually doing the grunt work of the companies are the poor people. Yes.
Sure.
Again,
so the
this
guys
is,
that
no, again, no, hold on. Be
so
quiet.
trickle down works.
No, be quiet.
It does.
Because this is the issue, right? We can all, I understand, and I just hate this conversation always going back to, well, we need to worship rich people because they're giving people jobs.
Right.
I didn't say worship them.
Workers.
I was just defining a subsidy for
Shut
you.
up. Shut up.
You didn't want to
Shut
talk
up.
about it
I
though.
looked at
Shut
shit
up.
It doesn't exist. You need to send me proof because I've been searching on
I-
Google and what
I'm
you're
a
talking
former-
about doesn't exist.
I'm a
So while
former
you look
elected
that shit
official.
up, Cred is gonna talk. Get on mute.
I'm a
Go ahead,
former
Craig.
elected
Yes, I
official.
would love to look up. I would love to
God.
hear more about this thing that you're talking about. But when I'm talking about subsidies for these companies, I'm talking about the R&D tax credit. I'm talking about accelerated depreciation. I'm talking about
Who
the
cares about that?
1031 exchange.
Depreciated anyways.
The R&D tax credit alone is a massive scam with 70% of those tax credits going to big fucking companies for doing things that aren't even R&D. Right? We are giving massive tax credits to companies so that they can pretend to innovate when really all they're doing is using loopholes, like Aaron said, to not have to pay back into this society. And again, I really want to, because we can get into the woods about this, which is fine if that's what you want to do, but I would just love a basic explanation of how average Americans being able to afford food and healthcare and schooling in their day-to-day lives so they have more money so that they can go out and start their own businesses or just spend more money locally or just improve their lives individually. How that is bad for why? Because you guys claim if they can do that, society is going to fall apart. And I would love to hear why that is. Why is it
Sure.
that rich people
Got it, dude.
can get write-offs for private jets and you're up here sucking their balls? But when I say I would just like for poor people to be able to live without the fear of winding up on the street, you say that society literally cannot stand.
Sure, dude. Got it. All right. First of all, I'm a former elected official, and I worked on at least no less than 15 TIDs, including TIFs inside of those. So it does exist, and I do know what I'm talking about. I was giving you an example of one of those subsidies. Now these areas employ thousands of people every day.
Bitch.
Thousands
Come
of
off mute
really
now.
good jobs are now created in these areas that we helped. And all of your
What
problems
happens
that
when
you're
you
complaining
return
about.
70% of the property
All right,
taxes?
I was
What
at
happens
least afforded
when you return
3 sentences.
70% of the property
3
taxes?
sentences.
Well, Aaron,
'Cause these are one of
hold
the-
on. Aaron, hold on. I want to let him
I
finish.
mean, if you want to
otherwise it's
question a
gonna be
TIF,
big
I could
conversation.
totally go back and forth on a TIF. Love to. Anyways, I don't think you want to go there, but overall, let's just bring it back a little bit here. These, in my local situation, these areas create thousands of jobs, some extremely high paying manufacturing or warehousing type jobs. So all of the problems that you were saying about buying food
Name
and all
one
this stuff,
company. Name one company,
Wacker
please.
Neuson, Harley Davidson, Kohl's Corporation,
Harley Davidson.
Autosham, Costco. I mean, I don't want to go to the small retail ones because you're going to say those aren't high paying, even though some of them actually are. Do you want me to keep
Wait
going?
a minute. I've just looked this up. Hold on. So this tax increment, the money that is generated from these TIFs goes away from schools and city services.
Yes.
No,
exactly.
It never goes into it until the TIF ends.
When you return 70% of property taxes,
yes,
it does not grow the economy.
So
it
you
does.
steal money. You steal money from schools and city services.
No, we stole zero.
So
there was zero to begin with, dude. There was zero to begin with.
Yeah, I understand. This is a circular argument. You're going, okay, so that money wouldn't. I understand. Shut up. I understand the argument. You're going, that money didn't exist. You're saying that money didn't exist because the company wasn't there.
Correct.
Right?
There was a problem there.
So, okay. Yeah. No. So what I'm saying is bringing in people to create jobs. That's wonderful that you're creating jobs. To send people to underfunded schools.
No, our schools are fully funded.
In a city that is not able to sustain the new increase of population.
No, our schools are fully funded.
Wait, and Cred,
do you want to know what our school budget is?
He gave us
our school budget is huge.
Right?
It's $65 million.
Has been implementing temporary layoffs in Wisconsin, particularly at his Menominee, I know I'm butchering that, Falls plant in recent months, and plans for more in June 2025. They are described as temporary and similar to those in 2024, impacting unionized workers in assembly and manufacturing areas. So again, he said that his state created a special tax to bring jobs into Wisconsin.
Sorry, Harley was a bad example.
Harley,
because they haven't had one in quite a while.
Don't pussy pop
look
now.
Look up Wacker Neuson.
Mention Harley Davidson. I looked up to see
I did
what
mention.
Harley
I
Davidson
mentioned
is doing
Kohl's.
in Wisconsin, and they are fucking laying people off. But did they give that money back from the TIF? Or the
they paid off their
they didn't.
Yeah, they paid off their TIF a long time ago. None of that matters for property taxes.
Companies to pad their numbers to be more profitable.
No, you just want to talk over me.
Because they're being able to put that money back in their coffers. Meanwhile,
you have actually no idea what you're talking about.
Off, and they are learning.
You're just an emotional additive here. You are completely unfactual.
No, you're being emotional. You're being emotional.
None of that factors into property.
Just so we're clear,
none of that factors into property taxes.
You are advocating for a program that basically develops projects in places where they would have been developed anyway, because my guess is that this isn't happening in poor neighborhoods. This is happening in mostly rich areas. In fact, I'm looking in Chicago. Looking in Chicago that TIFs are mostly used already in wealthy neighborhoods. So this is happening in Evanston.
Milwaukee uses them too.
This isn't happening on the south side, right?
Milwaukee uses them
then
too.
You're draining money from public services. So libraries and schools are losing the revenue for 20 to 30 years.
Absolutely not. You have no idea. Oh my god.
Do you want
to
use
that?
Absolutely not. You have no idea
to raise rents and accelerate gentrification.
I can't.
Yeah, this sounds great. This sounds.
You just want emotional.
Really wonderful, dude.
You just want to rant.
Yeah, he can talk now.
Okay, you can speak.
None of that is happening. You're completely low informed, and you don't want to hear the truth, and it's clear.
Sure.
You just emotionally respond over every fact I've given you.
I'm letting you talk.
Sure.
This is the time to prove me wrong.
None of that happens, even if there are layoffs. Now, Harley's TIF closed years and years and years ago, so 100% of their property taxes have always gone to our village for quite a long time. And that doesn't matter if they get laid off or not; they still pay the same amount of property taxes.
Company up when I asked you for a company,
because you were giving. I wanted you. Oh my gosh!
Give me another company.
Wacker Neuson. Okay, I have to be sort of careful what I'm saying here, but Wacker Neuson is one that is hiring. They just took on John Deere contracts, and they're already in it. We extended a TIF for them. Wacker Neuson. They make small equipment. They make like light towers all the way up to little
mic mini on your Sony camera. The first thing you need to do
what
is
your
slot
purpose of this?
What is my purpose? I was trying to explain what a subsidy was. I'm trying to explain how this trickles down to you guys.
I understand, but what does that mean to us? I
But
don't
it doesn't. It
Oh, yeah.
doesn't trickle down.
The black population of Milwaukee comes into Menominee Falls every single day for really high.
For a reason.
We hire a lot of black people here, and they make a shit ton of money.
November 2025 to cut over 1,500 jobs.
Where?
What's another one?
Where?
What's another one?
Wacker Neuson is a global company. Where are they cutting the jobs?
They're
Aaron, respectfully, I get it. He's full of shit. He either works still for the government or doesn't, because he got his fucking feelings when I question his
private
job.
sector.
And then he's like,
I'm trying to explain how this might help you.
Help me with what, bro?
Okay, if you're looking for a better paying job, this is where you find them.
I have a great paying job.
Oh, then why are we complaining about all this shit then?
I'm not complaining about anything. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck this has to do with the host topic.
Because he's complaining about not getting free shit. All he wants is free shit from the government. And that's not going to happen. So I'm trying to help him out.
Excuse me. You are advocating for, excuse me, sir. You are advocating for corporations getting free shit.
Right.
They're not getting
advocating. This is what I'm trying to say.
They're spending millions
to make this argument.
You
are saying that,
they're not getting
the very
anything.
same policies that you are saying are going to ruin America, even though they're being taken advantage of by corporations and rich people as we speak, are somehow bad. It's bad when poor people do it, but when rich people do it, it's genius. Even though the very policies that you're up here pimping for, what do? They rob from schools. They rob from city services. The transportation is bad.
We already agreed they don't rob from schools.
There's no libraries. There's no parks. So it's just a work farm so that rich people can go. Maybe some jobs are created. And
a
that
lot
city
of jobs.
Gets what? Okay, sure. But it does not improve it does not improve the quality of life of the city.
They're
or
good
of this
paying
country.
jobs. So then they buy good paying houses. And then they go to our good, awesome schools.
Exactly. Yes. And then the house prices go up, and those poor people who
house prices went up because of inflation.
Shut up.
No.
Yeah, they did. It's directly correlated to inflation.
Are you this annoying in person?
Stop it.
That's why his name's Mosquito.
I'm not falling for it. You have failed to convince me that this is a good idea. And in fact, all you have done is reaffirm that this is exactly what we should be doing.
Right, because you just want to sit on your ass and get a check from the government.
No.
That's what you want, dude. Just admit it. We can move on.
What I want to do is to make sure that poor people have the ability to create small businesses. I want to make sure that people have the ability to feed their children without fear of living on the street. For some reason, you want to make sure that Harley Davidson doesn't have to pay an extra few $1 million in taxes into the community that they're already going to build a company in, and somehow that's better for us. You're full of shit. So because we are not going to agree on this issue, we're going to step over to the personal individualistic value system, which is the conversation I wanted to have to begin with. Do you accept?
Sure. I mean, you clearly can't handle that one anymore. So let's move on.
Sir, you're getting dog walked. Dog walked.
It's sad.
If you say so.
No, I do say so. I do.
I say so, sir.
I say so.
Sir, I say so.
So you just want free checks from the government, right? Like, let's just move on. That's all you want.
I've never qualified for free checks from the government.
Well, then you either want a better job, which I offered you, or you want free checks from the government. It's one or the two, dude. It's either one or the two. Which one do you want?
This trying to poor shame me as if I'm asking for a handout.
That's exactly
not going to work.
That's what it sounds like.
It's not going to work over here. I'm sorry. We're all stocked up on crazy.
I'm offering you a great job. I'm offering you all the money you want.
We're not buying it.
You're not offering me shit.
You just have to work for it. That's all my offer is.
Sir,
all the money you want, but you have to work for
it. Than you, Mosquito.
Queen, don't take the bait. Just don't take the bait.
It's not about the bait. It's just he's using this as a way to get out of the conversation, and it just shows how unintelligent and immature you are. Yes. You are a grown ass fucking adult. Stop acting like a junior high school bitch right now.
Actually, I seem to be the only adult in the room.
You're over here trying to talk big bank versus little bank. Whoever does that is broke. Okay?
I'm offering amazing jobs,
and
you want free checks from the government.
This knowledge are not out
here
acting
poor.
like you, Mosquito. Mosquito, no one's asking
you just want them to live in the projects forever.
We're not.
Is that what you
lives in
want?
the projects. I don't even know what the
people you're talking about. The people you're talking about
I'm
are
not taking the bait.
Oh,
Mosquito,
God.
Are you able to have an adult conversation and stay focused?
Yeah, I'm trying to get people out of poverty.
To be annoying and talk about your backstory.
The less poverty we have, the better.
You came from nothing, Mosquito. I get it. You came from nothing. I get it. Can we talk about the topic, or are we going to be Slumdog Millionaire in it? Honestly, this is getting annoying.
The less poverty we have in this country, the better off we all are.
Well, go save your community.
I'm trying to save the community that needs it.
We're not your community. So
my community is doing just fine.
Them. Okay,
Milwaukee's is not. Milwaukee is a horrible place to live.
Okay, then focus on the topic, Mosquito.
I am on the topic.
On the topic.
I am completely on the topic.
And where's your accent, asswipe?
I am completely on the topic.
No. Where's your accent?
He told me to cut it 2 minutes in.
Yeah,
minute in.
Because you came up here in bad faith. Go ahead,
yes.
Cred.
Just entirely in bad faith. It's ridiculous. Trying to say that, and the complete leaning back on, you just want free checks from the government, while literally advocating for corporations to get free checks from the government
that employ thousands of high-paying jobs
is extremely hypocritical. This is not an invitation
that fund your 401k.
No, you've misunderstood. I'm ending this part of the
fund
conversation.
All of our schools.
We are going to talk about the personal values aspect, which I want to talk about. This is not an invitation for you to retort. I've made my decision. You are incorrect. You are incorrect. It's entirely hypocritical, and I don't want to fucking hear it. So we're going to talk about the personal aspect of masculinity amongst Republicans, which you have already demonstrated is severely fucking lacking. And that's the conversation we're going to have.
Okay, period.
Okie dokie.
Good. So please tell me on a personal aspect, not on a policy aspect, what is it that MAGA men offer to society?
Hard work, high-paying jobs, pay their taxes. They're safe and secure, and they secure others around them. They live in very overall nice communities because they have a wholesome set of values. They live in a diverse area if they want. They live in by their own race if they want. They have really good schools that are fully funded. And they also fund all the rest of the schools in the areas that are not the greatest. Very self-sufficient, start businesses, maybe go to church. I don't like debating religion with politics, so I usually leave it out. But generally, Republican males are Christian in faith, Baptist, Lutheran, Catholic, whatever it may be. And they practice that regularly. I don't, but, and some of us don't.
Okay, great. I would like to lead you to a website, Mosquito, so I can challenge you.
Mm-hmm.
GOPpredators.wordpress.com.
Oh, WordPress.
White males
couldn't afford their own .com.
31% of the country. White people make up 31% of the country, and they make up 75% of the crimes against children.
Yeah.
Right. And yes,
you could just pull up Table 43 of the FBI website.
Yeah, I don't you worry.
That would be more credible.
I've got hold on, no. See, the thing about me is I can back up what I'm talking about because I've got Table 43 in my pictures. I'll bring that up, and it still shows out of over 6 million crimes that was taken in Table 43, over 4 million of that was done by white people. Right? So again, if you want to go with who's more violent, who has a history of violence, culturally, heritage-wise, it's Wahite people, especially Wahite males. So again, you said that you think that white men are Christians, they have all these values. Why do they keep touching on little kids? Why keep touching on little kids?
It's certainly a problem.
Why is this an epidemic?
Okay,
and this is the U.S. Sentencing Commission. This is not arrests.
It's not a new talking point to me.
It's convictions.
I understand.
So explain to me how you think 71% against sexual crimes against children
I heard the question.
done by white males. GOPpredators.wordpress.
I heard the question.
Active, updated daily list.
Aaron, I got it.
Your kind.
Aaron, you don't have to filibuster. Look, I got it. I got it. Like No, I heard it the first time. Thank you.
To her?
Sure.
Who the fuck is that? Hold on. Go ahead, Mosquito.
All right.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, I'll just say generally, overall, yeah, that is a problem in the YT community. Absolutely. I don't know what had anything what I was talking about, but also not displayed in your talking point there is that Hispanic community is classified as white in this country.
What?
No.
In that statistical table, yes, it is.
It is not. It is not. It is
What
not.
the fuck are you trying to say?
Yeah.
You slippery snake. You slippery snake. You dirty rat. I can't believe you just tried to do that.
Are you fucking serious?
She said she had table 43. She said that
that's high. You're saying that's high and you're trying to blame Hispanic people?
No, I'm just telling you in general that table 43 of the FBI statistics does not separate Hispanic or anything because that's not a race. So overall, generally, they're classified as the white race.
Why? So why is that important to say after what Aaron
because
told you? Why was that important to add? Are you trying to say that it's the Hispanic people?
I don't know
that are doing the crimes against kids.
We'll never know. Well, we could tell by their mugshots.
No, there's
I'm sure.
fucking mugshots on
her
website.
You're right.
Go look.
Okay.
Go
yeah,
look.
and I'm sure they only picked the white ones. So and that's fine. I'm not saying there's not a problem in the white community.
Republican leaders. It's Republican leaders.
Right.
They're leading in the Republican Party. No.
Well,
they're people like
her
you.
stat was not that.
Yes,
her stat was
Mr.
the
City,
population.
Mr. City, the fucking Wisconsin revenue motherfucker that you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I created billions of dollars. I'm awesome.
Tiffany, it's you, Tiffany. That's who's on there. People in positions like yours.
So she cited table 43 and then pulled the data from there. So I'm just clarifying the data.
Just insane. What an insane pull. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that's the way you tried to
shaded the Hispanic people because y'all touch kids.
Well, then
the lack of accountability.
You should look at table 43.
It's insane.
You should look at table 43.
It's ridiculous.
You probably are if you have a daughter, you touch her.
Oh my god, that's insane. Okay. Lady. Age, state, who you voted for?
32, Georgia, Trump.
Okay, and what do you think about the prompt?
What's up, Cody Black?
MAGA man, what the F is y'all problem? I'm not sure what that problem.
Okay, is there something you wanted to add to the conversation?
Yeah, when she was bringing up the stats, well, we all can say collectively as Black people that in our community there is a lot of essays that don't get reported, like when uncle and cousin, and that is a reason why the data doesn't show for our people. But we have a problem in all communities when it comes to essay. I want to say that.
Oh, okay. So it's probably better when a white man does it to you then.
No, it's not better when no one does it.
Because white girls, because in the white community, they don't all report them either.
Right. But we don't report majority of them. We have so many.
One second,
ma'am.
No.
We have so many.
Don't come up here sucking the white man's dick over them touching kids. You are defending pedophiles, bitch. You the woman that lets the uncle touch the kids. Do you I will call you whatever the fuck I want, bitch. Do you let your man go into your daughter room at night? Because that's what you sound like.
Your daughter.
That's what you sound like. You came up here to defend the white man. 8%, y'all.
I would, and let's try and get those likes up. Please keep tapping the live. We're trying to get to 100K. There's something Mosquito also said about how Republicans, they pay more in taxes and they wind up paying for the societies or communities around them. I would just like to say something that most of us already know, that blue states tend to pay more in taxes while red states receive more in federal funding, which, as Mosquito's already said, is a free check from the government. So as far as the data is concerned, it is Republicans who enjoy handouts from the government far more than Democrats who are consistently paying for those red states. Just wanted to put that out there. So the question that I wanted to ask, because it seems like when you were defining what GOP or MAGA men bring to the table, you kind of just defined people. You got a mosquito. I'm going to be honest. You didn't really you didn't really make an argument that that sounded like anything other than just a regular citizen.
Yeah, that's
when
a regular
I am
citizen.
thinking about when I'm yes, but you didn't. But you said we need more of Republican men.
Regular citizens.
You just described people, right? There's no difference between. You didn't describe anything different from what I hear about a Democrat man, right? When I'm thinking about when I came up with this prompt with Queen's help, I was thinking about the need to pull us back to an old way of living. I see a lot of MAGA men talking about how we need to go back to like 1950s and before culture. I see a need for control, a need to control women and their bodily autonomy. And why do you think that is? Why do you think Republican men have such a desperate need to control the lives of other people?
I think Republican men need to concede on abortion and come to a consensus in all of their states. I think that Republican men will then elect more Republicans if they get over this issue in their states, because it's one of the only things holding them back. I think that Republicanism should be about a 20-week abortion limit and then nothing after 24 weeks. But, if you want to set exceptions, start there and wean them back afterwards. So that's the body thing.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. And I do. And I will commend you for differentiating yourself from the majority of the MAGA movement. But what do you think the odds are that that's going to happen? Because we've already seen Roe v. Wade be struck down, and we are now seeing a lot of MAGA men openly up here on the live and out in public calling for the removal of the 19th Amendment. I'm seeing people say that they only think that the man of the household should have the vote for the entire family. I'm hearing a lot of MAGA men say that they could never vote for a woman president. So I just don't think that while you personally may feel that way, it doesn't really represent where your side is going.
Yeah, I mean, you threw a lot there, and each one is individual, and some of them are extreme minorities that don't matter in the Republican Party, and some things like abortion. I think that states like mine, Wisconsin, they're waking up and seeing it. Our state Supreme Court has ruled this such a way that right now we have a 20-week limit, and we have nothing pretty much after 24 weeks as well, except medical exceptions, the mothers and whatever, probably. And then, so that's one thing. States like Texas are going to be slower to change because it's more overall red state. I wish those Republicans would realize it, but I don't live there, so I can't influence them. States like Georgia need to fix it more than ever because they're a little bit purple-ish, some election years. And their 6-week law is absolutely stupidest thing I've ever seen, and it's causing issues yet again with that one mother on a feeding tube or whatever, breathing apparatus. This happened also in the early 2000s while I was still studying politics, so this is not the first time it's happened there. It's stupid. California, fine. I mean, the blue states obviously fine.
It happened there.
No, there was a similar situation. I remember. I don't.
No,
it's not.
The state was not forcing her to stay alive.
Do you know the case I'm talking about from like the early 2000s?
Yeah, the Shivo case. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know the details, but to me it's like the same.
No.
Okay, fine.
Let me know. Let me know. Don't talk on shit you don't know.
Well,
the Shivo case. They wanted to take her off. The family did not want to take her off the life support. Her partner did, and it was a court case on who had the right to pull the plug on her. That was a personal family issue that had nothing to do with the state.
Because Roe v. Wade was still in effect then. Yeah, that's probably fine. But overall,
she was not pregnant. She was not pregnant.
I thought she was pregnant. The one I'm talking about, I thought she was pregnant. Okay, whatever. It's just a point. Like it doesn't really matter my overall point. Georgia needs to fix their shit quick. Really, really quick, because what just happened is stupid and disgusting, and it shouldn't happen. Never happened.
Leave people's uterus alone.
I know. I 100% agreeing with you.
Right, but
can you make me big for a second?
But the Republican Party does not agree with you. This isn't the way that the Republicans aren't moving in that direction.
Like enough of us do.
Sure,
it's growing more.
You don't get to.
But that doesn't define. Just because that one thing doesn't mean we're not collectively Republicans. We're not single issue voters. At least I'm not.
Like the single vote issue for a majority of the Republican Party
Democrats.
For most of my life.
You're right. Somewhat.
What are you talking about?
I'm not a single issue voter though, so. I'm saying there's more of us than you may know that are not single issue voters.
I'm gonna make you big in a second, Aaron. I said, I already commended you, Mosquito, for being on the right side of history and saying that you need to concede the abortion debate. Fine, but that is not where the MAGA party as a whole is moving.
It is growing.
Here's what's growing. Red pill media. The advocacy of people like Andrew Tate and Myron Bowers, Matt Walsh, and Nick Fuentes. That's where the Republican Party is going. That's where the money is going. That's where the attention is going. I don't see anybody on the Republican side sitting up and saying what you're saying right now. Unless you've got a 20 million follower YouTube account that I'm unaware of. I think great. You're a Republican that understands that this is a long-term losing issue for the Republican Party. I commend you for that. That is not where the Republican Party is at. The Republican Party is at women need to submit to their husbands, and that if a woman gets an AB, she's a schmurderer. That is where the Republican Party is at right now. I'm seeing a desperate need to control other people's lives and other people's bodies from the Republican Party. If you don't want to talk about AB, we can talk about what they're doing to the trans community.
I completely disagree.
If you don't want to talk about what they're doing to the trans community, you can talk about how they're trying to advocate for the removal of gay marriage.
I completely disagree. You're talking about the minute minority of the Republican Party right now.
I don't think anybody would say that.
Well, I'm a Republican, so I am better to talk about this than you.
I think it's the majority, but the reason why
you guys are Democrats. How would you know?
Hold on. A Republican's talking. A Republican woman is talking. Let her talk.
Are they muted?
You can talk, LA. You can talk, lady.
That is not a Republican.
Send you an invite.
Somebody keeps unmuting me. Okay. Yes, they are talking like that, but the reason why these men are speaking this way is because they feel like they're on the back burner. They feel like their needs have not been met. They feel like they should be in a certain position and they are not. And that's why these men are speaking this way. So they love to use these same examples and these same court cases where, the court goes against the man during child support. The court goes against the man during a divorce. And so these men are just to the point where they're ready to be heard. And so that's why they feel like having money would have them be heard, that would give them a voice, and that is true to a certain extent. That's why they follow people like Tate, because he's rich, filthy rich. But these men feel like second-class citizens in this society that they're supposed to be allegedly privileged in, and so that's why we're hearing these people talk like this, and that's why they voted for Trump, because Trump is like I'm going to do what I want to do type of guy. I don't care what nobody says, and that's why these people voted for him.
All right, thank you, lady. Aaron, I know there's something you want to show.
Yeah, there's two things. So first, this is table 42, and it shows and it's cut off more groups to the right? And again, when it comes to the crimes, it breaks it down by race and ethnicity. Right? Then the second picture I'm going to bring up is the U.S. Census form, which shows that
there's no Hispanic on there.
Excuse me. This is the table that you brought up that doesn't say what you say.
Yeah, where's Hispanic?
I told you it's cut off from this picture.
We'll show it.
I just told you that. Are you not listening?
We'll show it.
You've got the table.
Why can't you show it?
You can look it up.
There's a reason you don't want to show it.
The table. You're the one that invoked this table. I brought it up as well to prove a point. Now I'm going to pull up
the
United States Census form, which does not put Hispanics as white.
They asked for an ethnicity on the census. There's a reason why you don't want to scroll over.
I can't, you dumb shit. I can't.
I'm seeing total. I'm looking at the table right now. It has a Hispanic or Latino total arrests. I'm looking at it right now.
I told you I can't cut it. It's cut off on this screen.
Yeah, it has a percentage distribution as well. Hispanic, Latino, or not Hispanic or Latino, and the not Hispanic or Latino is 80%. The Hispanic Latino is 19%. So that kind of fucks up the argument you were making before.
Yes. And you know this. That's why you brought up the chart. And then when I clocked that shit, then you try to say that Hispanics are white people.
Make me big.
Yes. So
Are we
this is
now? Are we
this.
good?
Yeah.
Are we good? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No, that's
Next.
the breakdown by ethnicity.
Next.
All right, Aaron. Is there another thing you wanted to show?
It's not the same chart.
I'm trying
She won't
to
show
pull
it
up the
because she can't.
census form,
Because
but
it's
you
not
can
there.
go on and I'll pull
Notice
up
how
the
theirs
second.
was all great?
Okay.
It was broke down.
So, to go
Whatever.
back to Lady's point, I don't entirely disagree that a lot of what we're seeing from Republican men is a reaction to feeling like they are losing ground in society. I totally agree with that. But my question to Mosquito and to you, Lady, is that if the idea of masculinity
She still can't show it.
is so
Show it.
strong amongst
She can't show
the
it.
Republican Party, if your masculinity is so strong, why does it fall apart the moment a woman has autonomy?
What do you mean by that?
Give me an example. Yeah, explain.
Well, I mean, I'm taking what you said, right? That men are mad that they're being left out of society, right? But what
I
is
never
really
said that.
happening is that women are just getting autonomy over their bodies, and they're getting more say in what they want in their futures. And I'm wondering if
It's not
if your
1970
idea-
anymore, dude. Women work.
Excuse
women
me?
work great careers. What are you talking about?
right?
Women
and
have had
that's what I'm
autonomy
saying.
forever.
And what I'm saying is that the reaction that we're seeing from MAGA right now is entirely, or not, if not entirely, a big part of that is because of that autonomy.
Let me ask you a question, right?
What?
Say if you dream to become a father and you have a fiance or wife, either or, and she is pregnant, but she feels like her having this baby would hinder her career, and so she does it behind your back and then tells you once it's done. That wouldn't make you feel any type of way as a man?
I already gave you my opinion on AB. I mean, I couldn't be more clear.
You're saying that if a woman had an AB behind my back,
your partner went behind your back and
Wait.
got an AB because she wanted to continue her career.
Are you asking me this?
She's asking me this.
Oh, okay, good. All right, I'll shut up.
I'll ask both of you guys. I'll like both of you guys. But if she went behind your back and she got an AB without consenting with you, and you all are together, you live together or something like that.
Yes,
and she just
I understand.
Did it, how would you feel about that?
Yeah, it would hurt my feelings, but at the end of the day, the decision to have or not have a pregnancy is fully on the woman in that situation.
Yeah, but you wouldn't feel like devastated or.
I said it would hurt my feelings. Yes, it would hurt.
You
if
would
I
most
wanted to have
likely
a kid.
leave her, right?
No, I don't think I would.
You wouldn't leave her?
No, I don't think I would.
Wow. You're very progressive.
Again, I am very progressive, but again, and in either way, that decision is on the woman. It's not, that's not a decision for me to make. I can put in my input, but at the end of the day, it's her body. So
yeah, see, I don't 100% agree with that because.
Well, what's the other option? I have to verbally coerce her into carrying a child for 9 months?
No, it's not that. I think that our society is pushing that women shouldn't even consult with the man. The man's opinion doesn't matter because it's her body, but it's his baby. And I think that we are just, once again, pushing the man to the back. His opinion, his feelings don't matter. You're a man.
No.
Man up.
Again, I think
that's what you know what I'm saying.
Okay, listen. I kind of get where you're going, but you're being wild. You're being wild. You're just being wild.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is wild because
that's like Misha in real life.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. Wait, society does tell men. Society has programmed our men that therapy is weak and being hurt is weak.
Yeah,
And
those are
having a
Republican talking points. Those are Republican talking
not
points.
not so much Republican because
Yes, Republicans are like, don't go to therapy. Don't talk about your
no,
feelings.
I wouldn't say that because majority black households are Democrats, and in the black community, we are not pro therapy. We're not pro therapy in the black.
Black communities vote Democrat, but in the household are actually more conservative. Like that's so.
Kind of, sort of, somewhat. I don't know. I think we are a little bit more embracing to a lot of bull crap. But
no way. Oh my God.
Yes, anytime a terrible person is unalive, their parents get on the news and say he was a good guy and everybody smiled when he walked in the room.
Those are white families. Those are all white families.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I live in a black family.
So a family's only allowed to grieve their loved one.
I have another question. I have a few questions for you personally, since you want to talk about you personally, right? Since you say you're against AB, and that makes you a better Republican, and that's where you want to see the Republican Party go.
You forgot. I'm not against AB.
You're against the Republican stance on AB.
Oh yeah,
sorry,
absolutely.
I misspoke.
Yeah, okay. I am against the overall Republican.
So I would like to talk to you personally, since you want to make this personal. All right. Do you believe that women should submit to their husband?
Somewhat, but I mean, maybe not in the extreme that you might be thinking. But here's a general Republican. Here's the hierarchy of things. It's God, man, wife, children. That's the hierarchy that a lot of us live by. But you know, I don't.
Cut out a little bit. You cut out a little bit. You said it's the hierarchy that what?
The hierarchy is God, man, wife, children. That's the hierarchy that the Christian faith believes in mainly. Not saying I'm the greatest Christian at all, but that's generally how I live as well. Sometimes not the greatest, but that's what I see as the best outcome for society.
Why?
Then can you explain to me?
Hold on, Aaron. I asked the question first.
Because biologically, that is how we have been created, and from history and society, that is the greatest outcome. Why we have a lot
biologically, we've been created to assume this hierarchy.
Absolutely.
How do you figure?
Well, the man is stronger and has different traits than the wife, the woman, for a reason, and we both complement each other equally, and we're a team. And we're the greatest team when we're together. And we have the safest societies and safest cities when we stay together.
What does physical strength have to do with leadership?
It has, men are, I don't know if it has anything to do with leadership.
Well, that's what you said. You said that we're stronger.
Sorry,
that's
I'm just
why the hierarchy exists.
trying to see where you're going.
Don't try and preempt my argument.
Well,
answer the question.
I'm trying to get more than 3 sentences in. So ask it again.
What does strength have to do with leadership?
I would think that all good leaders are strong. Or are you saying physically strong?
Physically strong? You think FDR was physically strong?
I mean,
what do you think MLK benched?
He was. I'm not saying that a man. I mean, a man generally biologically has more strength than a woman. That's what I'm referring to.
What do you think Mahatma Gandhi's 440 was?
Not as fast as mine.
Right. So you're better than Mahatma Gandhi?
In some ways, maybe.
You think you could have done what he did?
No, that's not what I was really talking about.
You think you would have had the moral and ethical strength to do what he did? You think you have the personality to lead millions?
No, but I was elected to represent about 40,000, and about 1 million have watched me over the years.
And you're no longer there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't lose an election.
He took a job to the private. He took a job to the private sector.
Right.
I was already in the private sector.
Yeah,
I was already in the private sector.
Exactly. He abandoned his constituents.
This was never a full dude. I lost money doing this. What are you talking
about? Excuse me, Beehive. I just want to go back. So you said that a woman. So you said a man is stronger than a woman, correct?
Yeah, biologically, 100%.
So are you implying that women are weak?
No, absolutely not. They're just have different traits. But I mean, generally speaking, right? So, okay, let me give you an example. I'm a wrestling coach, and I've been a wrestler for quite a long time, 20 plus years. So I can dominate any girl wrestler ever, 100%. That's what I mean by
this is-
strength.
Yeah. Okay, but what does that? But what does that mean? What does that mean?
That
Again,
men are
this
the
is-
men are
this
the
is why-
protectors.
this is-
that men go
This
do
is why.
different
This
jobs.
is why I asked a very simple question. What
Well-
does physical strength have to do with leadership?
Well, I don't know if I equated it to leadership exactly. I was just talking about the family structure and what's
Yeah,
difference
you talked
between
about
men
the
and women.
hierarchy.
Mhm.
You said this hierarchy was determined by strength, the strength of men. You said it was biological. That's why we're having this conversation. You said it's the
they have more strength.
biological truth of what of where we've been. This is how we got here.
Yeah, so they have
Biological
more
truth.
strength.
Right. And what does that mean?
Dominance.
So because the way that you describe things, it sounds like that every bodyguard that protects a multimillionaire should be running the company.
Every bodyguard. No, it's
Yeah, right.
It's somewhat, I
Because
guess.
if the guy who's guarding Elon Musk is stronger than Elon Musk,
Yep.
he should be running Tesla, right?
No, he's just a good bodyguard.
Exactly. That's my point, which is why
Mhm.
this whole idea of the hierarchy of being based on strength is bullshit. Thank you for conceding that point.
Oh,
Let's
you
go.
know what?
Sure.
Let's go further. Yes.
Fred,
What's up, Bill?
I didn't know he was part of the community. My apologies. Mosquito, I apologize. I didn't know that you was. I'll go back on mute.
So yeah, this is where I
Yeah.
start to think things are weird because in my hierarchy,
Really, you
now,
think a
this- I-
two-parent
this is-
household is weird?
I don't think a two-parent household
Yeah,
is weird at all.
Well, that's what
no.
I was speaking of.
May I ask a question?
Well, again, no. What I'm talking about isn't a two-parent household. I'm talking about a two-parent household where the man is the closest to God, which I think is an insane. This is what I was going to ask is, do you think it's convenient at all that a religion that was invented by men happened to put men second after God? I think it is very strange for people who
Not quoting it right.
I think it is very strange for people who cannot create life to believe that they are second to God. I think that is
We
very,
create
very
life.
strange.
We create life.
No, you do not.
Oh yeah,
You do not.
my wife and I did together as a team. We created life.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's not.
You just met inside of her.
He's Cred, respectfully. He is following the teachings of Paul, right?
Yes.
I'm not religious at all.
He's learning. Well, you should if you're quoting it, being
just
like
quoted the Bible.
man.
If
were
I quoted
talking-
the Bible, it was totally unintentional. I've
Mosquito,
never read the
if you're
Bible.
if you're not up to date on what I'm speaking on, be quiet.
I'm just
He
telling you,
is-
I've never read the
I am
Bible.
telling you what the origin of what you're saying is, sir.
Okay.
You
Thank you.
said earlier that predominantly a lot of the men that are Republican are Christian, right? So go
Yes.
on hush mouth while I say this, since I do read my Bible. Okay, Pumpkin? He is talking about
I'm a
the teachings
mosquito,
of Paul, which
not a
is in
pumpkin.
Ephesians, and it describes in Ephesians 5 man. It says that it's God, the husband, the wife, and the children, that God is your covering over everyone. Then the husband should be the covering over the wife and children, the mother over the children. That is what that's supposed to be. It's not saying that men themselves are closer to God, because one fun fact, there is not one woman's prayer in the Bible that God did not answer. There are many men whose prayers that went unanswered. So there is no, oh, you're closer to God because you're a man. But the teachings next to that he is speaking of are the teachings of Paul that I personally feel
I didn't say we were closer to God.
very patriarchal in themselves. What Jesus actually says about marriage, he quotes in the book of Luke, and he's talking about when it's okay to get divorced. That's when Jesus talks about marriage. So when we're talking about the teachings of Christ, I'm more of a red letter Christian, not a red hat Christian. But go ahead, Mosquito.
Sure. I wasn't saying that man is closer to God. I just said the hierarchy, the organizational structure is God, man, wife, children. That's
There
how
is
the
no
service goes.
hierarchy. The word
So,
hierarchy is literally
It's
insinuating
organizational
that they are
structure.
above.
I called it.
Well, then why? Then are you submitted? Because you're supposed to be the bride of Christ.
No, I'm not.
Did you know
Again,
that? That's talking
let
about
me
how
make it clear.
the bride.
I
We're
have-
all the bride of Christ.
I have
We're
never
all
read the Bible.
Then stop using.
Never read the Bible.
then
I have
stop
never read the
using-
Bible.
Then stop.
And I
using
don't
that in your
practice a
argument
religion
if
right
you
now.
are not a believer,
And
Mosquito.
I don't use it in my
You are
political
not a believer.
my
It's
political
not applying
discussions.
to you. Mosquito, it doesn't apply to you. You're not a believer. So stop using that in your argument.
It still doesn't mean...
Have your own set of values. No, sir.
It doesn't...
You cannot sit here and be like, I am not a Christian, but I'm going to use Christian quotes and verses to make all my decisions. It doesn't work like that. You are a non-believer in Christ. So it doesn't apply to you.
I don't have...
Okay?
Well, I didn't say I was a non-believer, but I don't have to believe to know that this is better for society.
You're not. And if you are, now I'm going to judge you by the fruits of your spirit. Christian.
Okay, cool.
May I ask?
So which way you want it?
Ask a question?
Okay.
Yeah. What's up, Aaron?
Can I just clarify? Okay.
Yeah, I have a question.
Can I clarify that or not?
So you said that men are the most important. I'm just paraphrasing here, right? Men are the most important. They're the leaders. They are the piece de resistance, which we follow after all the male leaders.
No, I never said that. Nope.
Well, I'm summarizing basically.
But I never said that.
God, husband, wife, children, right? That means the man next to God, and then everyone else below, right?
No. Together, they're the most amazing team ever.
You said that there's a hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
It was God.
Organizational structure, I would like to confirm.
Children.
And that organizational structure is to what?
Yes.
To make the best team ever.
To do what? Like, so is this a
decision
making?
To succeed as humans.
Hold on, Cred. Okay, so explain to me why the only reason that we know that Jesus rose from the grave was because of two women. Why did God leave his legacy into the hands of women? Not men, women.
Because men and women are the best team ever.
If that was no, there was not a penile in sight. There were two splits, two women that were at that tomb. Two. And they were the ones who were the first apostles who went and preached the good news.
Cool.
So please, if you are saying that men making a team, there was no men there. They was out there getting drunk, crying, and boo-hooing because Jesus was crucified.
Probably.
So again,
we're weak.
If it was up to men, wouldn't God have ordained for men to be the first apostles? Wouldn't God have answered that prayers that men pray in the Bible? Because like Queen was saying, every prayer a woman requested in the Bible was answered. Every single one of them. We even now are going back to translations where women were translated into men because men created the Bible so that they can control. So again, you say you're a sometimey Christian. You say that you're a believer but not a believer. You quote scripture, but you say you never read the Bible. So before you get on this bandwagon of toxic theology, which is what you are up here doing, perhaps you should actually try to get to know my friend named Jesus so he can set you straight and realize the error of your ways and the way in which you act and conduct yourself, including hoarding of wealth.
I would just like to, I kind of want to put a pin in this hierarchy thing. Mosquito, you can respond to what Aaron said. You can respond to what Aaron said. Then I have a question to ask.
Sorry, I don't want to. Yeah, I just because I don't want to lose my thought. Yeah, I overall agree with you. If those were the two apostles that were necessary, 100%. Again, didn't read the Bible. I think I didn't write it, and if it should be changed, I totally agree with you, 100%. I don't think that men are above. I don't think men are above women in that standpoint that you may think I am.
So this is what I don't understand. We're talking about the hierarchy. Mm-hmm. What I hear is
organizational structure.
Yes, yeah, but it's in who we should listen to. That's what the hierarchy is. Who should we listen to? We should listen to God first, then men, then women, then children.
Some Republicans believe that.
That is really what the hierarchy is about, right? Yes.
Some Republicans believe that. But I don't know how they listen to God. God doesn't talk.
You stated it. I said.
How are they listening to God? I would love to know how they're listening to God.
I said at the beginning of this conversation, we're talking about you personally. You stated that this hierarchy is important to you. Please tell me what that means.
No. We've been flipping back and forth between what I say is the majority of Republicans and what I feel myself personally.
You said that this hierarchy was important to you.
Somewhat.
That this is how you dictate your life.
No, let's take God out of it.
God,
I don't talk to God.
Woman, children.
I've talked to my deceased brother, or he's talked to me, but I have not talked to God.
So what you're saying is that this hierarchy.
And I was an altar boy, and God, of all people, God should have talked to me.
Shut up.
I worked for him.
That this hierarchy means nothing to you, then.
Oh no, it absolutely does. It's how successful societies are built and sustained.
Okay, I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you.
And I want to just take God out of it for the time being. So unless you can answer these questions.
Yes. So then it would just be you, then the woman, then the children. So this is in terms of who is listened to, right? Who gets to make the decisions?
Oh, you both get to make the decisions together. I love involving my children.
Then it's not
They're actually really smart when you listen to them.
Then there is no hierarchy. Then
no, again, it's organizational structure.
To what? To do what?
To have the best team, to have the best company.
To make decisions.
And you make decisions together.
But who gets the final say because of the hierarchy?
If it comes to be, then I guess the organizational structure goes up to the CEO, which is the father.
You are being a pussy. I want you to stand on what you believe.
But this is a very rare instance.
On what you believe. I want you to stand on what you believe.
That's what I believe in a very rare instance.
If that's what you believe, then stand on it. Stop pussyfooting around, or you're wasting my time.
Okay.
If you believe in this, then just own up to it, dude. I would have so much more respect for you if you were just like, yes, this is what I believe.
Well, I want to be honest about it because I'm not going to give you a bone, dude. I'm not here to give you a bone.
Than what women say.
I'm not here to give you a chew bone, dude. I'm here to challenge you.
No. You misunderstand. You misunderstand.
Yourself.
Good. I know. I am challenging myself. I love it. It's a great thought exercise.
Good.
And it makes me a better person.
Okay, good. Then actually participate. Stop pussyfooting away from these things that you say that you believe. Okay,
dude. Again, I'm not here to give you a bone.
And just as a side note, because it's itching. It's just itching me. Do not say that you and your wife made your child as a team.
Well, she could have made it without me.
She did 9 months. She did 9
months.
Months
she did way more work.
Pumped away for 3 minutes. Shut up,
dude. I totally agree with you, dude. We had twins. My mom had to come over and live here in my house for multiple months.
Great. So you had to put off the labor on another woman.
To
do the job you should.
Yeah, because I still had to go to work and pay for everything.
That's great.
Because they couldn't. I mean, my mom is crazy, but I mean, she wasn't giving us money.
Fantastic.
What?
Reed, I have a question.
What?
Cred. There's no double E.
What
who's going to pay for the house?
Name one successful matriarchal society.
Native Americans.
Africa.
Before Native Americans and Africa.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one.
West Africa. Failed. Sierra Leone. No, they did not. They did not fail. It was no. Again, you don't know what you're talking about because Google again, if you suck on it, if you Google it, I know the shit. You don't. You ask the question. Because clearly you don't know. Because what happens with colonization, you go over and you see thriving societies, and then you go and you grape and you pillage and you steal. That is what Wahite people did to Africa. It's called the Grape of Africa. Read about it. In West Africa, rice cultivation was a huge metropolis, a huge industry that was cultivated by women. When they brought slaves over, they thought it was men. So they brought all the men over. Men didn't know how to do shit. Then they had to go back and actually take the women who were actually creating the aqueducts, creating the irrigation systems, and actually creating the thriving industry of rice cultivation.
Where are they now?
You know what? I can't
They're
stand
controlled by men.
No, listen.
No, they are not. You don't know.
Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait.
I was just gonna say, I was gonna calmly say a Cred. They are your ancestors.
They failed. I'm not from Africa. My ancestors.
Lady.
Okay, FDA. Okay.
Lady, stay on mute. Lady, stay on mute. You're on timeout. Okay, I can only take so much foolishness.
Yeah, Aaron is talking about what happened. Go
all
ahead.
Right. Okay, so
lag.
Sorry. All right. So I want to get back to this hierarchy thing because I do think it's important. Because ultimately, what Mosquito is talking about is who gets to make decisions, right? Who is making the decisions for society? And he thinks it's been pretty successful. I like to say, look at the society that we live in, and I think most people agree. Even on both sides, at this point, the society is not successful. A lot of people are hungry. People are not able to live the type of life that they were promised via the American dream. This patriarchal, hierarchical society is not working. When I think about how society should be oriented in a hierarchical structure, I do not make that hierarchy based on who gets to make decisions. I base it off of who the decisions are made for. when we are making our decisions, who should we be putting forefront and who should we most be trying to help? So my hierarchy actually goes quite differently. My hierarchy goes children first, then men and women equally. End of story. Right? I think that a society should be designed so that children have the best chance of success, the best chance of growing into actual human beings that will be functioning and helpful in society and be good neighbors and be good citizens. And
but they can't do that on their own, dude.
And be able to continue life. That is the way that we should be able, that is the way society should be built. So when I hear people say this God, man, woman, child shit, what I hear is a love of power and trying to make sure that power is hoarded mostly with people who have penises. And it does not benefit society as a whole. What it does is it benefits, let's going back to what Aaron says, pedophiles. That's who winds up benefiting. Billionaires and pedophiles wind up benefiting in that society. And that's exactly the society that we have right now.
How are the children going to build their own schools and pay for their own schools?
No, you have to listen to what I'm saying.
I did. You put children first in the hierarchy structure.
Yes,
that's stupid.
In terms of who we make decisions for.
Oh yeah, you don't think that my Republican decisions are for my children? How silly! How absolutely silly! I changed my entire school board because I thought it was going the wrong way, and then I fixed my village from other issues, and it's for my kids.
Pivot.
It's for my children, dude.
You're pivoting. But you don't list children first.
Not in the organizational structure of the family.
You don't list
the child is a minor.
You put power first.
Who else is going to protect the children?
And who hoards the power?
Who else is going to provide for the child?
Exactly.
Me.
No, this is my point. Exactly. You think that protection gives you access to power. What you don't understand.
There's no protection.
You think that
I'm extremely vulnerable every day. Go bankrupt tomorrow, dude.
Shut the fuck up. You are pissing me off. Shut up. You don't understand.
Getting challenged like this.
You don't understand. I don't give a fuck where you have held power. I don't give a fuck what positions of power you led. Here, you ain't nothing but a nigga to me. I have the power here. So when I talk, you shut the fuck up.
Are you using your manpower over me? Where's the woman?
Don't talk over me.
Shouldn't it be a woman
that's
overpowering me?
You don't talk over me.
Where's the child? Should the child be overpowering me?
This will continue to happen. You'll continue to be muted. Understand. You think that because men are the protectors, that means they should hold all of the power. I disagree. I think that because you are the protector, you actually have to put the children first. You have to put the people you are protecting first. You have to put their needs first.
Not in the organizational structure, though.
And you know what's ironic, Cred? Is in that Ephesians 5 where he got that God, husband, wife, children. It says
I've never read the Bible. Never read it.
Says husbands should love their wives like God loved the church. They should die to themselves for their wife and their children. The problem is men like Mosquito don't die to themselves. They think that because they have a penis, that gives them all the power.
And it's just interesting because, Cred, the way that you described how you think it is literally the next part of what clearly Mosquito has not read. Which is why I keep saying, if you're not a believer, you're not of the faith, please stop using it for your value system.
No. Yeah, it's a love of power. Your hierarchical structure is designed.
I be more
just
clear?
Coincidentally,
I don't use religion.
Just for coincidence, you happen to hold all the power. Just so happens that all the decisions you make get to benefit you first. And the kids can go hungry. You've already up here. You're talking about policy.
My kids are not going hungry.
The corporations
what kids are going hungry?
Schools.
I want to know.
Corporations can steal from schools all day because the big men are creating jobs, and that's what matters. Right?
We have food pantries. We have churches.
I can leave my wife to go under the arduous act of having to grow a person and put that work off on her and her mom. Because what? Because I got to go out and somebody's got to pay the bills. Somebody's got to pay for the house.
Where are these hungry children? You still haven't answered that.
Are you? Wait,
and
are
Craig,
you?
And And
Yeah,
Cred,
you.
you have come.
I asked it like an hour ago,
We
and
have come full
you
circle.
never showed me these hungry children.
We have come full circle.
Where are the hungry kids?
Because now we're back to the TIF that he loves, that gives 70% of the property taxes back to the corporation.
That's what I'm saying.
Property taxes is what funds schools.
Yep.
Property taxes is what funds the communities,
Exactly.
right?
It was zero before.
11% of the population. No, property taxes have always done this. The 11% of the population in Wisconsin are living below the poverty line. 11%. And he is up here applauding.
And I'm trying to reduce that further.
The man, and here he is, the man, the provider.
By giving him good jobs.
Is loving the fact
but they just want free shit from the government.
For a party that does not want a livable wage. He's voting for a party that does not want universal health care or access.
What's a livable wage?
He's voting for a party that wants to give property taxes back to the coffers of organizations who then have the power to lay off and work lean.
It's their own money.
And do stock buyback.
We don't give them anything.
It does not make any sense. He's literally talking out of both sides of his ass.
No, this again, because this is not a value system that is actually built on anything other than the love of power and money. This is not an actual value system. These people do not give a shit about society. They do not give a shit about whether or not the human race continues. They do not give a shit as to whether it even should continue, for what purpose. This is a love of power and money, and that is it. They do not care about children. They do not care about women. They do not care about the impact that we're having on this society, on this planet. And if there is a God, they are not worried about adhering to the word of God, regardless of the religion that you adhere to.
Where are the hungry kids?
There are 17.9% of children experiencing food insecurity in the United States right now.
We have SNAP, we have WIC, we have all of this. Food programs for school.
And in Wisconsin, that is 13% of 13% of children live below, have food insecurity in Wisconsin.
How?
These are actually facts that you can actually look it up.
How?
I mean, you act like, you act like how?
How?
Because people like you vote for policies where you give corporations all the power to lay people off. Then you cut SNAP. Then you cut Medicaid. You cut WIC.
They hire
all these
you.
Programs that can actually
go get a job there.
Feed hungry children. Because in your mind, you think that's a fucking handout to fucking feed fucking children. You are a soulless succubus. I hope everything you have crumbles. I don't understand people like you. You say you're a leader. You say you love the kids. You want to provide for your family. You are full of shit. Full of shit. Because you're the one that's, I hope your kids
are your kids hungry?
Or in 504.
Are your kids? Are your kids hungry?
But I do care
so
about
you
my,
don't have
my
kids.
nephew, so I make sure.
Are they hungry?
My God, I feel bad for your wife.
Are they hungry?
Right.
I feel bad.
Mute.
Aaron, I feel bad for your wife because you don't let her fucking say shit. You don't let her say shit. You seem like a terrible fucking partner and husband. Truly, you're the way you've been trying to gaslight on this.
Are
panel
your kids hungry?
Sad.
Are your
she
kids
has
hungry?
To be an idiot to open her legs for you. You probably gaslit her into doing that shit too.
She don't even
you're,
like
you're
him.
a pathetic. You're a pathetic excuse for what a man and a quote on teammate and husband's supposed to be. You, like the way you just keep interrupting, it makes you just look weak as fuck. It really does.
Are your kids hungry?
His wife
are your kids hungry?
Like him. He's been up here for 2 hours.
How hungry are your kids? Why aren't you feeding
your
Why aren't you feeding your kids?
What's wrong with you?
And
go feed your kids.
And the whole thing about having that we did this as a team, that's so she could always stay in her place to know that he had a part of this too, and that he always has to say so because, like Cred said, he wants to maintain that control. See,
yep.
Yeah, people like him is dangerous. See, I know all type of men like him.
Yeah.
She is a married single mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And rather than just give the glory to where it belongs, giving the glory to where it belongs, which is with your wife who actually did the work and had the kid. No, we did it as a team. Sure, dog. Sure. Whatever you say. And Ben Affleck helped write fucking Good Will Hunting. Get the
Are your
fuck
kids
out of
hungry?
here.
How hungry are your kids?
Have you ever changed your kids' diapers?
Dude, I've changed thousands of diapers.
I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'm talking about your kids.
Good job. Oh, good job. You, Jane,
I'm not
good
talking
job.
about other kids. I'm talking about yours.
Yeah, I
Bill.
have 3 children. I had twins. Do you know how many diapers I've
Bill's
changed?
like,
Thousands.
what the fuck?
I had
Just talk about
twins.
your own kids.
How many diapers in a day multiplied by
Someone said,
365
why
multiplied
don't
by
you
2
go?
multiplied by the years?
Someone said, why don't
Thousands.
you go help with the twins, you piece of shit?
They're
That's what
in
someone said in the
bed.
comments.
They're in bed sleeping.
I know. I feel sorry for them.
You feel sorry for my children
Yeah,
now.
you're their dad.
You're that sick. You're feeling
their
sorry
dad.
for my children.
Yeah, I feel sorry for your
Look,
kids.
I don't bring my
Dad.
children into
all right,
political
everyone, hold
discussion,
on.
so let's not talk about my
yes,
children
Mosquito,
any further.
No, yes, Mosquito. I do feel bad for your kids, and I feel bad for everyone's kids because we have to live in this society that people like you, and men like you have built. No, I'm sorry.
Well, come build it with us. Why aren't you building it with us? Why are you just wanting welfare and government handouts?
You do not, sir. You want corporations to have government handouts.
They employ all of us.
The purpose of the government is to
my
help
401k
somebody.
is in their pockets,
The purpose of the
dude.
government is to help somebody. You would rather the people being helped are corporations and billionaires. I would rather the people being helped are children, women, and working class Americans and families.
They
and that
are
is where
helped.
we differ. And you have, throughout this conversation, on both the policy and the personal side, shown that you are lacking in a moral framework and in any interest in actually making sure that people's basic needs are met, that people are actually able to become fully fledged people that can actually go out into the world and make the world a better place. You are interested in one thing only, and that's making sure that people like Elon Musk and whoever the fuck is running Harley Davidson can go onto their yachts and brag about how much fucking money they have to people like you so they can wield power and just wield influence because they're unfuckable trolls, and money and power is the only way that they can get women to look at them for more than half a second and not barf on themselves. And I've clocked you. I see what you're doing. It's not fucking click. It's not fucking slick. You're not fucking smart. You haven't figured things out. You're just a soulless, wretched little worm. And
why do you want people married to the government?
And I'm kind of
horrible way to live.
Done with you. And I'm kind of done with you.
Because I've owned you every which way. I've challenged you every which way. You just want a welfare queen society, but you want to live at the top of it.
Protecting people
you want to be at the top of it, though.
Kids. You are one of the people who would give your twins up to these fucking motherfuckers. That's who you are protecting people who want to fuck your twins.
Yeah,
that's what you're not getting. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Your little kids. That's who the fuck you're protecting. Those billionaires. It's not about getting bitches. They want to fuck
taking
your kids.
all of their
you are
taking all of their wealth.
You continue to make
will
a
not
way
help
for
you.
To want to fuck kids. So basically, you're an accessory to fucking kids at this point, Mosquito. Yeah. That's what I think of you. You're disgusting, and your kids deserve better. You're a terrible example. Horrible. You don't help your wife like you should, I bet. I mean, as quicker you were to go off to work, I guarantee you do not help her around the house. Because someone has to pay for the mortgage, right?
Yeah, you worm.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
With that, fuck off.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
With that, fuck off.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Like, I'm not going to keep, pussyfooting around it, because I'm not a pussy. Okay? That's the one thing I'm not. I serve kind, but I'm not pussy.
It's the worst fucking thing. These guys won't even, they don't, if you have to do these cute little talk games to bounce around what you believe, you know you're fucking wrong. That's where I've clocked you guys. You know you're fucking wrong because you won't just stand up and say what you believe. If it takes you 15 minutes to talk about the hierarchy of beliefs in the way that you view the world, you know you're fucking wrong. It's disgusting.
They need to be told directly. You're funding and protecting people who want to bang kids.
Yes, 100%.
Not a Democrat.
I'm not going to be apologetic. That's why I vote the way that I vote. Try to protect kids. I think about my kid in my vote because he's going to be here longer.
Bill Clinton.
That's
Reed
the
Hoffman.
whole point, right? But
all of Hollywood.
Well, I guess the guy from Harley Davidson is, having a good
Harvey
year.
Weinstein.
Exactly. No, the guy from Harley Davidson's doing great.
They only globbed onto Harley.
Stealing from libraries and
sorry, Coles.
City
sorry,
services and schools for 30 fucking years.
Sorry, Costco.
I just love the fact that I asked him for a company. He gave me the company. They're laying off. The second company is laying off.
Doesn't hurt property taxes, dum-dums.
Right, the tariffs
welcome to Biden's economy.
Manufacturing.
Those are manufacturing
which means that they're going to be selling less because prices are increasing. None of the policies he voted for are working. None of them. It's crazy.
They know they don't work. And the crazy thing is that they work for the rich, which is why he couldn't answer my question about if they work for the rich, why can't they work for normal people? And he refused to answer that question. It's always society's going to fall apart. Meanwhile, these guys are making money hand over fist.
This guy's just a
Nobody is able. Nobody down here is able to do anything.
Liar.
Up there, they've got all the money in the world, operating on exactly the policies that every single day I'm up here saying that we need to implement. Just flip the fucking switch, and they want us to believe that society is going to fall apart. That we're just going to drift into some authoritarian, dystopian, communist nightmare. When the truth is, people will just have more money, be able to create their own businesses, and they fucking hate that. I'm not even saying they'll go broke. They just won't make money as fast. It is the nastiest, just soulless, most worthless belief system. And then to try and bring God into it at the end of it, suck my dick.
Dude, bro, I'm sorry.
Never brought God up.
But like, bro, stop quoting the Bible and not even quoting the Bible.
I've never read the Bible.
Was pissing me off. No disrespect, Jesus, but it really was like you don't even have it correct before you're using it, and then with his whole ass chest to be like, I don't even read the Bible. I'm like, okay, so
I didn't read the Bible, but I read
what
it.
are we doing?
What's the point?
What is it?
What's the point?
Come on.
Yeah, what's the point?
Come on. Like,
I agree. What's the point?
Can't. But anywho,